Hello, my name is Nova.
And I'm Lee.
We are two married moms, one a video game expert,
And one a casual gamer.
and we're looking at games through the lens of good family time, whether it's a party game or a co-op adventure.
Today, we are asking ourselves the question, is Kirby Air Riders actually worth your kid's screen time, or is it just more brain rot?
Let's get into it. So what is Kirby Air Riders? Simply put, it's a party game with a few different game modes that all use a simple control scheme where all you need is the control stick and one button to do everything. You launch off the ramps to fly, press the button to brake and charge a boost, and wiggle the stick back and forth to smack everyone around you. You can also inhale enemies to absorb their powers, which again is just one button or you use them automatically. For the people who want to get really good at going really fast, there's even more options to show off your skill. There are Star Trails, which is a glittering trail everyone leaves behind you that gives you a speed boost when you follow it. You can also get a speed boost by hitting enemies with your cart or weapons. And the last way to show off your expert gaming skills is by landing at the perfect angle to receive yet another speed boost. Speaking of boosts, the most important decision right away is which cart you want to drive with. This isn't your Mario Kart, where they all basically do the same thing, with one or two different driving styles. In Kirby Air Riders, cars dramatically change how you play the game. There are different stats for each cart that give you an idea of what they're good at, but you can only see this in the single player screen, so it won't overwhelm your kids with too much information meant for the nerds. There are a couple categories of carts, such as mostly normal carts, maybe some weird slow drifting, and then please God, do not make your kid use this, it's a bad time for them. The stats for the carts are fairly easy to understand. You got your top speed, which is the top speed you can get without the use of a boost. Boost is a measure of how fast you go no matter what type of boost it is. Charge is how long it takes to fully charge your boost. Turn is how sharp you can go around corners. Grip is measuring how slidey your cart is. Lift is how high your cart can fly. Flight speed is exactly how it sounds. It's the speed that you fly at. Offense is how much damage you deal when attacking. Max HP is your max health. And weight is how heavy your cart is. Heavy cart means slower turn speeds, less air times, and less getting knocked around by your other racers. So which carts do we ultimately recommend? Here's a basic guide. Carts like the Warp Star and Wing Star are great for beginners, so they're marked in green. The carts in yellow, like the Rex Bike and the Hop Star, take a little bit of learning to get the hang of. Lastly, the carts marked in red are pretty difficult carts to play. They require a lot of skill because of their gimmick. For example, the Bulk Star needs to be boosted every so often or it'll stop moving altogether, or the tank requires careful planning for every single corner. Now that you have your cart, you get to pick out your favorite little guy from the Kirby universe. They all mostly drive the same except for some small differences, but the main reason to pick someone is for their special ability, which you get to use once or twice a race by pressing Y on your controller. Kirby has 4 different abilities based on his color, but the rest of the cast you mostly just get different speed boosts. The best feature, as a parent, are the rules for the races, which make it a perfect way for your group to play. You can lower the speed for younger kids, give the computers a handicap, or just race for 99 laps. And while we're talking about stuff for parents, there's also the freeride mode, which lets you just drive on a course forever and go wherever you like, just endlessly. You can also try the time attack mode to set a best time on a course, but that's about it. So now we need to talk about the elephant in the room. The sound you'll be hearing constantly when playing. The little ding that you just beat a challenge and unlock something. Could be a cart, a character, maybe just some music tracks. So thankfully you just always have something to work on, because once you complete a challenge you can see what to do for the next ones adjacent to it, and just slowly chip away at it. And the best part is when you unlock a cart or character, you get it for all the game modes, and when you get sequential unlocks for a character, you unlock new skins. Speaking of game modes, top right seems very easy to overlook as just a small distraction, but I think it's a great representation of the top-down racing game that just doesn't exist anymore. I remember playing Hot Wheels on the Game Boy and it holds up so well as a game type. There's 2 different ways to drive, the classic mode where you just turn left or right to turn your car, or the new mode that's much better for kids where you just face wherever you point the stick. It overall does its job very well as a game mode and is always at our rotation on a game night. Now we get to the main attraction, the mode with the most replayability and fun for a group. It's basically just a Kirby Battle Royale. You start on a basic star and race around the city for a better cart, all the while collecting stat upgrades and having mini events happen. A giant mess of chaos and fun that's just a little bit overwhelming at first, but after about 5 games just something clicked and it makes sense. There's a certain flow you get into once you know all the secrets of the map and the best areas to drive for stats. You can hit the stats out of players, and it's just a constant game of cat and mouse weaving through gaps, going through the air, getting rewarded. But why are we collecting all these stats and cards, you might ask? All for a minigame that you vote on at the end. There's games for each build you can go for, which are mainly flying, speed, and fighting. And there's a good amount of variety for each of them, because you never know what you should focus on. This leads to there being a setting in the rules that lets you change the minigame at the start and just pick it, and then all know what you're going for at the start. This is just the best game mode ever that exists. There's so much to do. There are so many things in the course. It just goes endlessly forever. And it's just the right amount of time that it's bite-sized, and you just, as soon as you're frustrated and done because you had a bad run, you're just on to the next. Now to the final mode, Road Trip, which has the story and lore of the game, and I just definitely advise playing on the hardest difficulty from the start. And it's just a collection of mini games that you select by riding down a road, choosing an option with an upgrade, and then beating a mini game. And you just do this over and over and weave through worlds back and forth, and there's like 17 branching paths, and you just slowly scale up and become the Kirby god that you become in every Kirby game. And with all the split paths that this game mode has, there's just infinite replayability and so much fun going for all the challenges in the game mode. So should your family play Kirby Air Riders? Honestly, it's one of the best party games, if not best racing games, that have come out in a really long time. It's pretty much perfection with how everything fits together and makes each mode shine its brightest. It is so easy to pick up and play with anyone and just have a good time, like any good party game should.